Final update. I bought my mom a house and paid all the bills, but at a family gathering, she said, "You give us nothing but headaches." Everyone sided with her until I announced that I would no longer be paying for their luxurious lifestyle. Part 3. I swallowed. Yes, Mom, I did. Another silence, then a bitter laugh. I didn't think you had it in you. Well, I did. So, that's it? You just pretend we don't exist? I sighed, rubbing my temple. I don't pretend anything, Mom. You made it clear how you saw me. I was just the one paying the bills, and the second I stopped, you threw me away. I didn't, you did. Silence. Then, finally, she spoke. I'm struggling. I closed my eyes. I know. You could fix this. Just help out a little, just for a few months, until we figure things out. No. Her voice hardened. You're really going to let your own mother suffer? And there it was, the guilt. The same weapon she had used my entire life. But this time, it didn't work. Mom, I said quietly, I already gave you everything I could, and it was never enough. It was never going to be enough. If I gave you money now, what would change? In 6 months, you'd be right back where you are now, asking for more. It's different this time. No, it's not, I said, cutting her off. And deep down, you know that. She was silent. You never planned for a future without me paying for everything, I continued. And now you're realizing that was a mistake. But it's not my mistake to fix. Her breath hitched slightly, and for a second, I thought she was going to cry. But when she spoke again, her voice was cold. Fine. If you want to be heartless, then don't expect to be welcomed back when you finally come to your senses. I let out a slow breath. I won't. And then, for the first time in my life, I hung up on her. The realization. I stared at my phone for a long time after that call. I had expected to feel guilty, to feel that old familiar ache in my chest, the one that had kept me tied to my family for so long. But all I felt was peace. Because this time, I hadn't let her manipulate me. This time, I had chosen me. And maybe, just maybe, that was the greatest victory of all. Weeks passed, then months. I kept waiting for the guilt to creep in, for the crushing loneliness that my mother had promised I would feel. But it never came. Instead, I felt something I hadn't felt in years, relief. For the first time in my life, I wasn't waking up with a tight knot of anxiety in my chest, wondering what financial crisis my family was going to throw at me next. I wasn't checking my bank account every day, calculating how much I could spare before they came asking for more. I was free. And I wasn't just surviving, I was living. I started traveling, something I had never allowed myself to do before. I went to Italy, sat at a small cafe in Rome, and let the sun warm my skin. I took a weekend trip to the mountains, hiked through trails I never thought I'd have the time or money for. I decorated my apartment, turning it into a home that finally reflected me, not a life sacrificed for others. I went out with friends, laughed until my stomach hurt, and didn't have to justify spending money on myself. And the best part? I didn't have to explain myself to anyone. No one was watching my every move, judging me for what I did or didn't do for them. No one was keeping a mental tally of what I owed them. I was done being my family's human bank account. And it was the best decision I had ever made. The unexpected apology. One evening, as I was sitting on my balcony sipping a glass of wine, my phone